What is good, ladies and gents? Welcome back. We got something different for today. We are doing a superset special, so make sure you watch all the way through and enjoy the ride, man. So we're starting off with some pull-ups, supersetted with some dips. Now usually we don't do supersets, or I don't usually do supersets. I usually do one exercise rest and then do it for however many sets I'm doing it for. But I wanted to switch it up. As I always say, man, keep things fresh and new. So we're supersetting today. I don't know how much this brick weighs, but I'm gonna weigh it once I finish this voiceover and I'll put it on the screen how much it weighs. But we did 8 reps of pull-ups with the brick, and then we went straight into the parallel bar dips with the brick as well. Now originally I thought I was gonna do 10. That was a lie, man. 8 was hard enough with that, man. The nature of supersets is obviously you go from one exercise to the next with no rest in between. So it's very taxing on the body as a whole. So even though you may not be working the same muscles you used for the previous exercise, your heart, your lungs, all that other stuff doesn't stop in between. So it's very, very taxing. A great way to intensify your workouts if they're becoming too easy, because ordinarily I could have done 8 reps of whatever, rested, then go into the next one. But I thought, no, you know what, we're going to make these workouts harder. It's time to level up again. So we're going from one exercise to the next. We're just basically a complete upper body workout, to be honest. We're getting the back, we're getting the biceps, we're getting the forearms with the pull-ups, and then with the dips we're getting the chest, we're getting the triceps. Obviously the shoulders getting hit on both, but as I said, a complete upper body routine. Now as you may have noticed, I did fail on some of these exercises. The goal was 8, but I got 7, 6 on some. But we tried to keep it above 6. Anywhere in that range was cool with me. 10 was not achievable. If I wasn't getting 10 on the first set, then obviously I wouldn't get 10 on the following sets. But nonetheless, man, good workout, good change. I could tell my body was what is going on during this. My breathing was heavier. It was taking me not longer to recover, but it was just different. Usually during the recovery I'm chilling, but this one I was damn, I really feel this. So I will be doing supersets more. It was very, very enjoyable. Now as you can see, I had to set up the camera in a way where you can see both. So some angles are not as clean as they usually are, but I didn't want to be messing around with the camera in between sets, because then it's not really a superset, and if the angle's not correct and whatever. So I just tried to put in the camera where you could basically see both. And you can see my setup. Got the pull-up bar on the wall, of course, and then I made my own little sort of dip station with some bricks and poles. And you're gonna see on this set actually what happens when you don't set up your equipment properly. This is a lesson to be learned. I had to learn the hard way. So just make sure you stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled. But this is the third set now. Again, take the breather when you need to, get back on. Don't take too long. If you stop during your set and you're going to continue, don't take too long. Right? Don't be taking a minute and then saying, okay, let me finish my last 2. Try to keep it max 10 seconds, 10 seconds, breather, get back on. Even if you have 2 sets, take another 10 seconds and get back on, man. Just try to keep it as minimal as possible. It's not your rest period. It's just basically, you need to be able to finish the set at the end of the day, man. But really enjoyed it. Had to have the gloves on for this one for sure, man, because I wasn't sure my wrists were gonna hold out for all this different work. So gloves on. I've had these gloves for a while, to be fair. They're actually quite good. But we were just working through, man, repping through, trying to keep the form as clean as possible, and that's it really at the end of the day, man. Just making sure we're working hard, putting in the effort, and making sure we are getting those gains, man. So I took a 2-minute rest in between each set, and here we go. Catastrophe. Absolute catastrophe. I forgot to secure it with 2 bricks, so I got 2 bricks now. Lucky nothing got damaged. There was a mat next to where the brick landed on the floor, so it landed on the brick. Divine intervention probably, but make sure you secure your equipment properly, especially if like me and you make your own equipment, because disaster can strike, man. So anyway, as I was saying, I took a 2-minute rest in between each superset. I think I might do a little longer next time, maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it was just because it was the first time 2 minutes didn't seem long enough, but we're gonna see how we progress from there, man. But As you can see now, I've dropped off the weight, doing it completely body weight. I could have carried on with the brick, but it would have been like 3 reps rest, 4 reps rest, too much rest in between. So I thought, it's more ideal that I just take off the weight and do the reps, obviously my own body weight. And they were still very, very taxing, as I said in many of my previous videos. Doing something basically like a drop set, basically doing a drop set, even the lightest of weights are still gonna feel like they're heavier than in which they usually would, because you've already taxed the muscle, you've already fatigued the muscle to a certain point. So don't be afraid to drop the weight. Basically, you're still gonna make gains, you're still gonna make improvements. It's all about just making sure you can get the correct amount of reps in, instead of it just becoming basically a nonsense show. Basically, I'm trying to keep it clean here. But this is the last set of this pull-ups and dips superset, man. Fixing my equipment this time. I ain't taking no chances. We already had one mistake, we don't need more than one. But I was struggling to get my neck above the bar on this one. So once the form starts to like die out a little bit, that's when you've kind of reached failure on an exercise. Like, don't just continue with terrible form. Like, of course you want to go, you want to push for the extra reps, and okay, the form can start to waver a little bit, but once it gets absolutely sloppy, just stop. You're not making any progress, and you might even injure yourself. So it's not worth it. Come off, push again for the next set, and then just go from there. You understand? But that is the final set of that done. So this is the next superset we've done now. We did some push-ups and we supersetted it with a bodyweight inverted or Australian pull-up, whatever you want to call it. We did 20 reps of push-ups, and then we jumped into the bodyweight row afterwards. We tried to keep the push-ups as clean as possible. As you can see, I'm bringing my chest all the way to the ground, all the way back up, making sure I'm locking out at the top. Some people like to lock out, some people don't. I prefer to lock out. Feels like I'm working my chest more when I lock out at the top. It's up to you how you want to do it. However, just make sure the form is good, man. Controlling movement on the way down and the way up, making sure that lower back is not sagging, and making sure the whole body is streamlined, man. So usually, again, the reps are a lot lower on the push-ups because you put a resistance band on or some form of weight, but we're doing body weight today. The reps go up, the intensity goes up, and it was nice again to do like higher volume compared to like 8 to 10 reps what we usually do. I like to switch up the volumes, man. Again, we're just trying all different elements of training. And then we had the bodyweight rows, of course. I think on the first one I got about 12 reps in. I was like, it's gonna be 12 reps for every single set. That wasn't the case. Those reps slowly died out as the session went on. And I don't know what happened, but those push-ups had my head feeling crazy. Once I got into the bodyweight rows, I felt dizzy every single time I jumped into the bodyweight rows, man. And maybe that's why I didn't get as much reps in as I thought, but my head was like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know. But hey, intense session, that's what we're here for. If your session is not intense, then really and truly it's a waste of time. You're not really going to make much progress, or you wouldn't make much progress as you would if your session was more intense. So, maybe if you're not feeling that sort of, I don't know what it is, like, when you feel like the sick in the back of your throat, that's when you know something's intense. When I used to do like running and stuff in uni, that sick feeling, I was like, damn, this is hard. So if you're doing even weighted session, like weight training sessions, calisthenics sessions, you should feel that like sick sort of feeling in the back of your throat. That's when you know, hey, this is hard, man. And I realized that my training sessions probably weren't as intense as they need to be for when I did the body weight leg workout. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out, man. That was like rough. Like, that was the hardest session I've had in a while, and that involved no weights. That was just straight body weights. However, there was less rest, it was more intense, and it was higher volume. So that kind of said in my mind, okay, maybe we need to increase the volume, lower the amount of rest. And here we are now, where we switch things up. We're seeing how the body's going to react to it. This is a journey. It's not like you're not stuck in one mode of training. Like, see what works for you. Like, don't be afraid to try new things. And that goes to everything in life. See what training method works for you. Just because somebody does 8x10, 3-4 sets, whatever, and they get great results, doesn't mean that you're gonna, get the exact same results as them. You may need to do 15 to 20 reps and like 2 sets. Everyone is different. Everyone reacts to training different. So of course there is universal rules and laws when it comes to training, but for the most part, man, just see which works best for you at the end of the day. And yeah, man, so this was, see my dirty feet, sorry, but the floor is obviously gonna get dirty and stuff. So it was, I think this is the third set. I'm sure it's the third set. Again, trying to get my chest as close to the bar as possible. As the body naturally fatigues, it becomes harder and harder to get the chest to the bar. And especially with this pole as well. This pole is not a skinny pole, so I can't fully wrap my hands around it. So even just trying to grip it and hold on to it and remain stable is a challenge within itself. Now I'm not complaining because my forearms are obviously gonna have to work harder, but it just adds an extra, element of challenge when doing these. So I might find a smaller pole, but I'm gonna work with what I got right now, man. And that's it really. And I believe this is the last set. Again, keeping the form clean, chest like as close to the ground as possible. Yeah, I probably could have gone a bit lower, but I was really tired at this point, so I probably wasn't focusing as much as I needed to. But yeah, man, that's it really. It's just critiquing, watching back, analyzing, seeing where you could have done better, and then we just go from there, man. We learn from our mistakes. And a quick breather. I don't know how many reps that was in there. I'm sure I've only probably got a few left, but take the breather, man. You see, that breather wasn't long. I didn't take 2 minutes and then thought, yeah, let me finish off. It's literally like 10 seconds. You can probably get away with like 10-15 seconds, but anything longer than that, man, you might as well just stop altogether, to be honest. And then into the bodyweight rows again, man. Got everything properly set up this time, so there was no accidents on this one, no misdemeanors. Got the bricks to secure, my foot placement, and then obviously bricks on either side of the 2 chairs, and then just use some wire to hold the pole in place, man. Got to get creative, as I always say. You got to be creative, man. You got to be innovative when you're doing home workouts, especially if you don't have a home gym, or you can't afford equipment as such. Just make things work for you, man. At the end of the day, a lot of stuff that is considered scrap or rubbish, could be turned into something, and who knows, it can help you develop the physique that you wanted. And that's it really. That's all you got to do. But finish those now. We move into the final thing. This was the final superset of the session. We did upright rows and then paired it with some shrugs. Now my traps were feeling this one. Seriously, they was feeling it, man. But the good thing is, I was able to keep good form. Again, the pole is not ideal, can't fully wrap my hand around it, so you might see how I have to readjust the pole while doing this. But 2 bricks on either side, and yeah, like the shrugs was not as, what's the word I'm looking for, not as ideal as I would have wanted them, but they were so fatigued from the upright rows, man. It was crazy. It was like insane. So I think I probably did about 8 to 10 reps of upright rows, and then obviously followed by the 10 shrugs, again just using 2 bricks on either side with 2 pieces of bamboo in the middle, man. Now I always say that I do mainly calisthenics. As you can see, majority of exercises in this video was calisthenics exercises, but some areas I'm gonna have to use weight. That's just me personally. I feel like certain areas of my body is lacking and I can't find a calisthenics exercise that's really gonna boost it as much. Then I'll just add in weight until such times. Now I'm not against using weights. I've used weights so much in the past. I just want to try a different mode of training. I'm really enjoying my calisthenics journey, and obviously training at home, calisthenics is probably more ideal, again, unless you've got a bunch of equipment in your house, which most of us don't. So calisthenics is probably going to be the preferable choice, but I will add in weighted movements here and there. Of course, there is ways to work your trapezius without the use of weights, without doing shrugs or upright rows, but This is what I choose to do. Am I always going to do this? No, but this is what I'm choosing to do right now. So basically, don't let nobody tell you nothing when it comes to your training at the end of the day, man. But yeah, these shrugs were forcing me to go to a different place, man. Had to find them inner Super Saiyan level powers inside me, bro, because it was different, man. It was real different. And I think you can see, like, if you look at my hand placement, it might not be as clear, but you can see my hand doesn't fully wrap around the bar. I only can get my thumb like a third of the way around, so it just makes them more difficult than what they need to be honest. But I'm not complaining, man. Like, a lot of people don't even have the equipment that I have in this video. So, you know, I got my bricks, I got my poles, I make it happen. At the end of the day, I'm happy with what I got, and you know, I just hope you guys will stay on this journey with me, this fitness journey with me, or I should even say life journey with me, because I'm going to start doing some other videos as well to do with life and, you know, motivation and stuff like that. So yeah, man, we're just making it work, doing what we need to do, making sure those shrugs are clean. I couldn't really get the pores at the top that I wanted to, even though it's not bad. I'm not really getting too fast, but usually I prefer a longer pause at the top. But obviously we've already taxed the muscle to a certain degree, so it's not going to happen really. And I think the music has ended, so you guys are going to enjoy this a cappella speech towards the end. But hey, nice smile at the end. Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.